So this is exactly what I hoped this barn would be. With, while it's raining outside, the animals taking shelter on their respective sides from the rain, while I have my little working area here in the middle. And then, yeah, once we get some more door hinges and knobs, we can get some gates in here so I don't have to jump the fence. Isn't that lovely? Welcome back to Project Zomboid. And welcome back to the now completed farm. So we have our little cows corner here, which has, of course, our cows and at the moment our turkeys also. I did build them a hutch here. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them mixed up, but I also don't mind it. The question is going to be when and if we're going to get sheep. If I'm also going to put them in with the cows or with the pigs or make a new place for them. Apparently I don't... I'm not, I want to jump over, but I keep petting the animals. There we go. And then over here, our piggy paradise has our pigs and the rabbits. And, you know, our little rabbits that I picked up from the traps. And if I look at our little cottontail rabbit, a female, and pregnant, about to give birth. It's already... They're already getting it on. Unlike the pigs, they're kind of... I'm not sure, maybe our boar doesn't want to? Able to mate, yes. But he's not. I don't think any of our piggies are pregnant. Although it could also be a matter of that you don't, depending on your animal care skill, you don't see that information right away. Well, either way. So that's the update from back here. So also, of course, here the little new fence and some feeding troughs here. I kind of like this place. Still need to complete the road, but that's something for another project. We're also, we're now at what, 81 days, and given the rules of this run, once we reach the 100-day mark, we can actually start looting buildings. With the rule being, for each building we loot, we need to have accumulated 100 kills. So we're gonna have to keep track of that counter a little bit. Alright, next up, there was one other little thing that I did between episodes, and that is preparing here a little bit of a wall. And look at that, somebody, hopefully, put a couple materials down here. I think actually we need one more plank sword. Pick everything up. And build a gate. Oh. Now I will eventually want to have like some sort of platform that I can stand on and look over the bridge. Also, usually when I do gates, I put like windows on the sides so that I can look through before I open the big gate. I might have to rebuild a little bit of that. I mean, it's also kind of pointless since we still have that big opening where the modes are not working, but yeah, one step at a time. First thing I want to do, so we did take a helicopter in the cow area. So what I'm gonna do here, or what I want to do now, do a walk around the riverside. There should be a bridge somewhere here, and then all the way back into this area. We'll see if something happens on this road or not, but that's going to be the first thing we're going to do today here. So I'll do it semi-carefully. Right? Walk to, but we're not running, we're just walking. And if something interesting shows up, well, we'll provide on it. Right, a little bit down the river, there was some movement here in the trees. was somebody with like a pink shirt. That guy. Right. That's the bridge. Now, these are technically roads, so that they could spawn survivor groups with a nice friendly zombie with a backpack full of goodies. Not sure if these guys here are, or if they just randomly spawned or wandered in during the helicopter, I don't know. I'm kind of curious about those guys up here. So don't like zooming away from my character for too long. You know what? They don't look like they're carrying anything, but they're just one more helicopter event from getting closer to the base. The zombie we kill today is a zombie we don't have to kill tomorrow. Also, we just crossed the 1000 kill threshold. Oh, that definitely looks like a backpack. Part of me hopes it's not actually a survivor zombie, because that would probably encumber me and mean we cannot finish the walk around the lake. Unless we can, but I don't want to do that super encumbered. So what you got? Okay, nothing in there. Just a magazine. Okay, I'm gonna spend all day here on this walk, but let's clean out that one more zombie down there. Anything else we might run across here? I'm not a fan of these narrow forest roads with zombies suddenly appearing out of the trees. Relax. I guess then we'll continue our little walk this way down the road, down the river. So I've just reached the area where we saw the zombies the other day here. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of yelling. Oh no, are my animals actually trying to get to me now? No, there's misunderstanding. You can stay there, guys. Don't start destroying the fence trying to get to me. I was also considering we could maybe do a little, like a sky bridge with like a cheat rope on the other side in case we ever need to clean out zombies here. Like, I don't want a permanent bridge so the zombies can't climb over, but if we just have a sheet rope on this side. That would probably work just fine. No pain. Oh yeah, exercise fatigue. Yeah, in terms of skill updates, not really much to talk about here. Everything is trucking along nicely. I did at some point finish up foraging. I kind of want to actually, this time around, for the first time in build 42, I actually want to make an honest attempt to see how tracking works and if I can get it to work. Although I still feel it's much easier to just drive around, spot some deer, and then corner them and you know, take them out this way rather than go in for the woods looking for footprints. Well, we'll see. So yeah, we're halfway here with fitness. Strength is level 4 now. Roughly a quarter of the way. Level 5. And we have very high regularity. So we're only getting minor muscle strain now after a workout day. Alright, anyway, there do not seem to be any zombies in this area, so I'll continue the walk down the riverside. Well, that was rather uneventful. Made it all the way around here. And not much to be seen. So I think I'm gonna just head a little bit up. Then I want to say around here we can cross over. Only I knew. Yeah, no, that should be about right where I want to be. Trying to come from the backside to my trap spot. Yes, that's where I wanted to end up. Well, or my former trap spot, because they keep breaking. Who's that? Who's in here? Oh, baby. Okay, just because we're recording, I'm gonna not sacrifice you to the rodent meat gods. Sure, we can have a single baby raccoon in the pens. Can I not bait this with sweet potatoes? Probably not with cooked ones, huh? It is. And that was all the broccoli I had. Spinach. Alright, let me bring that raccoon away. And then we'll see how much time we have left in the day and what we want to do. The raccoon is... No, it's looking fine. For a second I thought it looked a little bit dead. Well, that's gonna be living with the cows for now. So one thing I was looking at, so we obviously have all the window holes in our various buildings, because my thought was you can't craft windows. There's nothing in the crafting menu for windows, and we will have to wait until we can get into buildings, use a crowbar, steal windows, and bring them back to base. But turns out, I'm an idiot. And of course they're not in the crafting menu because you're building windows. So you can actually make, not window frames, wooden windows. For which you need glass panes. Planks, nails, easy, but the glass panes is the problem because then... For the pane, we would need a recipe first, which we don't have. But definitely something on the docket which we'll look into. I think we would need probably a different crucible or another, at least another crucible to smelt glass from sand. Maybe that's worth looking into, because like going out of the base now, it's 3 in the evening, afternoon. Might be a little bit much. If I search for S, yeah, melt glass, okay. Can melt it from broken glass. I thought you could also melt it from sand. Oh, then it's just called melt sand. Why would it not be called melt sand into glass, so that when I search for glass, I get both results in the recipe name? Alright, we're gonna need a small crucible. Now, the problem with the crucibles, as always, is that I have, like, you can't empty them. This is so annoying. Like, okay, I can probably empty the one that has water in it, but I think that's a large crucible. Also, it's immediately gonna fill up with water again. Infuriating. Alright, let's make another small crucible here. Ooh. Scoped small crucible. We're gonna need some sand. Now, if I was sand in my base, where would I be? I think in the building. Yeah, so walking paths are still a little bit long. We need like a golf cart or something for driving around in the base, or maybe a little ATV or something. There's a lot of clay here. There's my sand. Okay. We do not have a lot of sand left. Then again, we have that huge parking lot with a lot of sand that we can always come back to. More from the crucible. Then I'm gonna need to fire it, so give me some of that. Cool. When I first started build 42, whenever I was using the kiln, I was always using logs because I didn't realize that you could change the fuel and like a single log each time you were firing anything was super expensive, and I thought, man, pottery sucks. And then I realized, no, I suck at pottery. Alright, anyway, melt sand. Okay. So now we have crucible of molten glass. I guess we're gonna show the craft recipes it's in. So yeah, making glass paints, which we can't do because we don't have the recipes, and then a whole bunch of other recipes which we can't do because we don't have the level. So I guess glassworking is one of those, hey, if you don't have this recipe to make glass paints, you're gonna be in for a rough time. Although I feel like there has to be something else. Isn't there like a glass making? No, everything requires a level. Except the glass pane, and that requires a recipe. And I don't think we got any XP from smelting this. Alright. Well, I guess we just put a crucible of molten glass into a box here. It's surely never gonna... It's gonna stay molten. We have, like, no heat loss in this universe. And we leave it there. Oh, one other update. You might see some new crafting things here. We have a loom, and we have a... No, that's the loom, and a spinning wheel. So I was trying to get a little bit of tailoring. So we had some clothes stored away here. So I did all the shortening of skirts and socks and all that other stuff that you can do with but without the book, it's just not happening. We either need that, or we need to get a bunch of thread so we can start working with that. Anyway, blooming sweet potatoes, harvest those. Those are just ready for harvest, not blooming yet. Gonna drop that in here for the next time we cook. Sweet potatoes. How many do we have? None. What's the planting season for sweet potatoes? This month June, poor month July. Okay, okay. See you next year, sweet potato. So yeah, we're kind of slowly harvesting the crops that we're growing here. The chives are regrowing and regrowing. That's been really nice. Also, I'm not sure I ever mentioned it. I did let a couple eggs hatch, so we got a couple chicks here in addition to the other hens we had before. Did not check if we have any more male chicks and if they're gonna start fighting soon, but we'll find out. And yeah, up here, I definitely planted a couple crops in the wrong month and they keep dying over and over. And I think I'm gonna just keep myself busy in the base somehow here, and in the morning we're gonna head out for a little road trip. See where that takes us. This is the next morning and we're heading out. We're heading out on foot on a mission. Because over here there is the power wagon, this survivor power wagon parked at this fruit stand, and if I remember correctly, it even had the key, it just didn't have gas. So maybe it didn't have the key and it had gas, one of the two. Either way, we can hotwire if it doesn't have the key. I want to bring that thing home. I don't want to tow it home because of the towing being really slow when we did it with the ice cream truck, and it ate through a lot of fuel. So we're gonna walk all the way over there. Clear zombies on the way because there's a couple on the road here. You know, nice side effect that we keep our environment clean, and yeah, just be on our way. So I do have a jerry can with fuel in my backpack somewhere. Yeah, we got some food, we got some water, we got some weapons. Now we shouldn't do any big adventures because I don't have my vehicle safety net that I can fall back to. But you know, there are definitely gonna be a couple zombies on the way, but there shouldn't be any huge groups that require adventures and a safety net. Hopefully, at least. There's also not going to be any new roads, so no new car events, no new zombie groups. Just a little cleanup and car collection. And a little bit of pain from exercise yesterday. Oh wait, pain? Not pain. Oh, we just had minor pain, just like yesterday. Because once you have actual pain and not just minor pain, it reduces your damage. And it takes more swings to kill a zombie, your weapons degrade faster, and you get more muscle fatigue, more pain. It's just a spiral at that point. And if I remember to, back at that fruit stand or vegetable stand or whatever kind of shopping stand that car is parking at. I definitely want to grab another trash can or two if we find them there. And hey, maybe depending on the time of day, we have some time to explore the houses near there. Depends a little bit on how quickly we get there. How many zombies we have to clear on the way. Alright, I'll be on the road here. Alright, we're almost down south at the ice cream place. Big parking lot with the sand. There's a couple zombies here in the fields next to the road. So we're gonna take a second here to clean that out. Definitely been seeing them when driving by every time. So clearing them out is gonna be kinda nice. Keeps the road clear. What did I say about there not being any bigger groups? Yeah, okay, about that. I mean, the usual rule applies. Divide and conquer. Keeping an eye out for them to see if anyone moves faster than they should. Not lined up beautifully here. And I should really, you know, if we actually want to reach our goal today, I should stop looting zombies here. Unless I see something particularly interesting sticking out of them. And I say that and immediately like, oh, watch. First of all, let's sharpen this. Taking an excruciating large amount of time. I saw there were a couple more zombies near the fields, in the fields. I think if I start clearing that bigly, we'll never make it to that power wagon. And this is also one of the questions of, okay, how much of this side killing do I want to show in the episode? Like, I kind of usually want to have at least 90% of all zombie kills I do in a run should be visible, right? Because, I mean, this is the stuff that can get you killed, so I feel like if I just have a cut and say, oh yeah, we killed 250 zombies while the camera wasn't rolling, kind of misses the point. Same time, every single zombie on the side of the road that quickly gets dispatched with 2 swings is maybe not worth unpausing my recording here. He took 3 swings, so totally worth it. Ignore the zombies that are just over there in the interest of not sit on ground. Or maybe I should. Nah, it's fine. Recover a little bit of endurance by walking. I think this was the big area where actually zombies are. Down here it should be clear. Okay, and then we'll keep walking. Oh, we're down at Akron. No, not Akron. Why do I keep calling this Akron? This used to be called Akron when nobody knew what the actual name of the town was. Farlers Lake. Man, if I had wounded up at Akron, I would have really gotten off course. Yeah. Come down here. Looked a little bit weird as if he had a backpack, but no. Nothing there. Alright, looks fairly empty. So, keep walking. Keep on walking. Also wouldn't mind finding another house with a propane grill. So close to getting the next level in welding. House doesn't look like it has any propane or propane accessories there. Need to sharpen this. See how bad it was already in the condition. Right, moving on. Just a little bit further down the road, more zombies. And a couple more. I think that's close enough to the road that I want to take them out here. Ah, don't jump across there. Come on, I'm right here. Yeah, I wouldn't loot them, but you know, if I'm looking at them anyway, I might as well pick something up. Not gonna go out of my way to run to every single corpse to check them for loot. Well, looks like it's a little bit more busy on this road than I thought it would be. Because it's still not anywhere close to the thing. It's already 1 in the afternoon here. There was one on the other side of the road, no? What is one? Yeah, there's one in the trees down there. No, I've got another group coming up. Yeah, you know what? Actually, if I'm fighting here and then this guy sneaks up on me from behind, that's just... I wouldn't enjoy that, I think. So let's just clean this out. Lots of time for another sharpening. I think it's kind of nuts how, like, every time you sharpen the blade, it's 130 maintenance XP. Getting really close to the next level there. Okay, let's not have this open while we fight, though. The downside of the whole thing is, once we reach level 10 maintenance, we're still gonna constantly be sharpening stuff, but we're not getting any XP anymore, and then it's just gonna be annoying. Yeah, that is level 8. Time to read the next. I'm fairly certain we actually have the next book to read back at base. Yeah, also read 10.8. Right. Whatever this road leads us. I think we're getting a little bit closer. Well, maybe not. Slightly bigger group here. 6 zombies. Maybe we'll grab the good old hatchets for this group, just so that we have a little bit slightly higher killing speed. Samurai bomber jacket. There. I'm not sure if the samurai had many bomber pilots in their ranks. I don't know. I'm not an expert on Japanese history. I feel like this is 2 eras kind of mixing up there. We just had the exhausted noodle, so let's take that seriously. Also, let's have a little food, so we're not getting into actually hungry, just peckish at most. Were we fully rested? I'm not even sure. Close enough, I guess. The other hatchet. The meat cleaver even. The other hatchet. The non-hatchet. Another stretch of empty road ahead of us. More zombies. Are we there yet? No, we're not there yet. This is, hang on. Let's kill these two guys, and then I kind of want to look at the map where we are, because this feels like a really long trip. Maybe I was a little bit longer. Too much of a trip to do on foot. What's the map saying? How close are we? Okay. We're here. And it's there. I just really prefer the zombies to be a little bit more grouped up. And not just one zombie, and then another zombie, and then another zombie. Like, come on now. This is just gonna take way too long. Ooh, a gun? A police officer zombie all the way out here. Make that 2 guns. And unusual. Just normally you see like police officer zombies, well, obviously near police stations or like any car events with police cars, like a street blockade, or if there's like the house with the escaped prisoners. Yeah, I think this meat cleaver is not gonna last too much longer. That's fine. That's what we're building them for. And I do have a spare hatchet, I think, in the backpack, so I'm not gonna run out of weapons here anytime soon, hopefully. Unless we get really unlucky with maintenance rolls. Right. Getting there, we're getting there. See some friends in the trees here. They're not seeing me though. One shot. the hatchet down. Take that, meat cleaver even. And this. Also, that trowel should definitely be in my backpack. Oh, backpack's full. Backpack's full. That hatchet on the belt. Now we can put the trowel away. We almost made it. Oh, did I miss that guy? My first instinct was, okay, if the zombie is creeping up on me from behind and I didn't see them, they must be a runner. So that's why I also started running. But nope. Just somebody I overlooked. Okay, yeah, the key. No stuff. Let's try from this side. Okay. Oh. Alright, some useful items. A quick look around the back here. No trash can. So I think, since we have a little bit of daylight left, started on the first try even. Let's do a quick trip here into this neighborhood. Just to see what's up. And to see if there's any houses that have a propane gas grill barbecue thing. And also maybe see where the police zombie was coming from. No. This time, safety net in the car. We do the sharpening inside. Not sure how loud this thing is. I see something. Alright, alright, alright. There's some... Those are kind of the shitty trash cans. They barely have any capacity. Basement here on that house. Yeah, so many interesting houses that I have on my, hey, when we can loot, I want to loot them list, but let's be realistic. That is only 11 buildings. Well, 11 POIs that we can go into so far. 2 hours? Oh god, that's not gonna be a lot of propane, is it? Not even sure that's enough to fill up one torch. It's very disappointing. Yeah, and just think to make future survival job a little bit easier. Let's clean out these zombies here. Hello. I think he had a hatchet or something in his back. It is. Let's have a quick look at the map. If there's any unnecessary detour I want to take on the way back. Like driving down this road, maybe we come up out this dirt road just to, you know, I'm all about the exploring roads I haven't been to yet thing, just for the chance of finding car events, zombie events, and other nice stuff. So very, very silly that you can sharpen your hatchet while driving. This feels a little bit unsafe. Kids don't try this at home. Well, kids probably shouldn't be driving in the first place. One over here. What else is out here? Well, houses? Any propane enjoyers? Old school barbecue. Maybe behind the house. Can't really see that from this side. Nope. Absolutely nothing. Alright. A couple of warehouses here. Let me double check where this road takes us here. I honestly have no idea. Like the kind of backwater roads that you never remember where they lead or if you've ever taken them. A couple food warehouses. And a dead end. With a bunch of zombies. Okay, that's not super interesting. Because we're definitely not coming out at that dirt road I was initially aiming for, but that's fine, I guess. Oh, hang on a second. Yeah, I'm assuming this road is gonna somehow come out here. It's a little bit of a detour, but I see something here in the corner of my eyes. This is why we do this. Hello, friends. Let's switch to the fresh hatchet. Don't want any accidents happen while engaging a group like that. There's a zombie with a... is that a military? That looks like a military backpack. And they're walking in my direction. Nope, they're turning around. Okay, I need like 3 or 4 of you to maybe come my way. I'd ask you to walk this way. Some distance. A little bit spicy there with that one zombie actually grabbing after me, but it's fine. Everything was under control. Ish. Okay. Maybe not all of you. We are getting the hang of that whole fighting thing. There was barely any exhaustion. Let's carry on here. One shotgun shells. Thank you, Travis. Nice gas mask. Okay, that is actually a military backpack. I saw that correctly. Grab that secondary. Books we already have. Okay, connected never. So we have read them, but we don't actually have them in our collection. I'd really like to have my collection complete. Compass. I'm just gonna throw some stuff away here. First aid book, obviously. Aiming we already have. It's reloading 2, reloading 5. Welding 2 we already have. Especially 2 of them. Gas making 3. Got it. Okay. Annotated map for Louisville. You know, let's just actually read the maps and then throw them also away. Oh, the art history museum. Save my artifacts map. Kind of a really cool one. I kind of really like that story-wise, where it's like some museum curator saying, hey, please preserve these things for future generations. If humanity survives, we need to remember our art. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, a little bit lucky with those kind of events here. Was kind of assuming that this road actually leads to the exit I'm looking for. Now I'm curious where this road leads. To a bunch of pigs. Why you... I don't think I've ever seen that. Pigs just sitting in the middle of the road. Okay.
Hey!
Well... Oops. This road then just seems to end here. I'm very sorry for the little piggy there that was hiding behind the tree and I saw it too late to break. Let's not let it go to waste. This little piggy can ride on my lap until we get back to base and get onto a butcher hook. Now we're gonna get very little meat out of it because roadkill gives you very, very, very little meat usually. It's intended, you know. You should do proper hunting and trapping and not just drive animals down. This is not vain. Well, we'll see what we get out of this. I think we should be coming up to the main road, and from there on, it's familiar territory. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna head back to base. I'm not gonna bother with any of the zombies here, not with a pig in our backpack. Alright, let's see you back at base for finishing off the day here. And we're home. Home, sweet home. Now, with the annoying opening and closing the door each time we drive through. Can't wait for that mod with the remote door controller to get updated for build 42, but so far it's not been updated. It's a shame, but yeah, we can wait. We're patient. Okay, driving the wrong way around the roundabout. Don't report me, please. When building this felt like a huge area. Now that I have a couple cars on it, I'm like, nah, we need like twice the size of a parking lot. It's only gonna get, we're gonna need so much more space. Like, one of the goals for this run also was to do a giant car collection. So, unlike any other time where I barely bother with cars, right? Eat it. Get another, get the hats, get the meat, get other bones. Give a level up. We got one pork chop and one pork. It's not a lot. We got a whole bunch of bones. Made into a freshly new bone Crate the sinew talon crate. Oh, did I just put the brain in there? There it is. The advantage of this little accident is that we have an extra piece of medium leather. Gonna remove flesh fur. And it. Oh, make the brain tan. And the leather. Throw it on the tanning rack, drying rack. Yes, I do regret putting the door on that side of the building. It's really impractical. Alright. It's crafting. Let's drop the backpack. We're gonna do our daily exercise. 1 hour of burpees, you know, typical exercise. I also do that, not just my character. Full hour of burpees, easy. And we sleep. 117 zombies killed, and apparently one of the watches we picked up. An alarm set. Try that again. Can't get back to sleep. Ah, damn it. I really shouldn't be looting zombies. And now my stat screen is gone. Ah, I was going to take a look at how much we actually got from all of this. But hey, we're almost level 6x. Yeah, we got the maintenance level up. So I think we can read the next book there. I also need to check what kind of books we got in order to level up other stuff. I think the watches we did collect should be enough to get us to electrical level 2. Cooking is close to level up, so is masonry. It's starting to fill up for a 0 to hero character who started with, well, almost nothing. We're making some progress. For now, though, we're gonna put a cut in here. I have one more big thing definitely on my mind for another road trip adventure as we're closing in on the 100-day mark, and then I think I might do some more stuff at base. I want to get to that 100 days so we can start looting stuff, because I'm running out of stuff to do without looting buildings, and you know, time to change it up a little bit again. For now though, can we sleep? I'm gonna put a cut in here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.